Punish me with that stick.
No, other.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, why are you liking?
Yeah. Stop liking it?
No, stop.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 times Conan O'Brien clapped back at guests.
We got pretty nice and tight.
This is not going to air. This will never be seen by anybody. This will never be seen by anybody.
For this list, we'll be looking at the funniest examples of the host directing comebacks and or witty retorts at his talk show guests. Did we forget a standout clapback from the comedian? Let us know in the comments. Number 10, mocking Timothy Olyphant's wardrobe. One of Conan O'Brien's best guests, Timothy Olyphant, developed a strong rapport with the host during his days on TBS.
What is this?
Is this what you guys are wearing?
Yes, this is what we're wearing.
The invitation said dress appropriately.
This particular appearance represented the performer's more casual side. He received ample criticism from the comedian, being mocked for his tennis court attire. Olyphant attempted to explain his clothes to no avail.
I see you got your tennis t-shirt. I
was playing a little tennis this morning.
You like tennis?
I did, yeah, I do.
That's how you do it? That's how you play tennis? Yeah. You should try a racket sometime. You might like it.
It was all in good fun, though, with everyone playing into the bit. Eventually, O'Brien hilariously lost it again as he pointed out the actor's exposed toes and prominent bruise.
Right there!
I was worried about this.
Right there! Look at that! That one. Get that one, right?
Yeah,
this is the kind of show we run!
This put-down generated some of the biggest laughs of the whole segment as the wardrobe choice continued to be judged. Number 9, hanging out with Hunter S. Thompson. Famous gonzo journalist, the late Hunter S. Thompson, stopped by for a wonderfully bizarre segment on Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
He didn't want to come to the studio, all right? He finally agreed to appear on our show, but only if it was a remote segment, and I met him on a farm. This is all true.
The host and writer teamed up for a trip to a shooting range with a twist. Thompson's quirky antics built up to a loud outburst, prompting O'Brien to jokingly question his own safety. This came as a highlight in between shots of the duo firing at strange and unexpected objects.
Now we're going to be shooting at some targets that I have more of an interest in. We have the NBC Peacock here.
O'Brien's quick wit and general demeanor meshed well with his guests' unorthodox methods.
If you could riddle that bear forever.
That man was holding a machine gun about 15 minutes ago.
While probably not as remembered as other classic skits, it did allow for at least one clever observation from the presenter. Number 8, taking aim at John Mulaney and Nick Kroll's new style. The comedic duo John Mulaney and Nick Kroll stopped by the Conan show with apparent style makeovers. They lovingly got on the host's nerves with pretentious statements and non sequiturs, some of which included discussing their future plans in the business. O'Brien sarcastically egged them on until one of Kroll's statements enticed him to call them out.
And even though they're based on men's hats, it's sort of a tip of the hat, as you might say, to the Mad Men era. Those days have come and gone.
You're being such a dick right now.
It was, of course, all a bit played for laughs and a brilliant satire of shallow celebrity culture.
Yep.
You realize that we're not even here.
Right.
So we don't exist.
Yeah, are we here at all, Conan? Are you even there?
No, I'm here. I'm here right now. I'm here. I can see both of you very clearly.
Yeah.
But are you, though?
That didn't prevent the presenter from taking his comedic revenge on the two guests, though. Considering the segment was all about poking fun at this kind of behavior, it was only a matter of time before the actors got some pushback.
Hey, look, what have I worn? Hey,
Keep it on, baby.
why should ladies have the floppy hats?
That's what I'm saying.
Look, I'm gonna get a straight answer out of them if it's the end of me.
Number 7, Conan O'Brien and Andy Richter misunderstand Bill Burr. Bill Burr made many memorable stops on the Conan program to deliver his trademark rants.
It's never about what the picture's about. It's always what's going on in the corners. Yeah, you landed on the moon, great. But what's up with your helmet? And they always got to trash something about.
What are you talking about now?
This segment featured some controversial thoughts about women that raised more than a few eyebrows. Once O'Brien started to hit back, Burr realized that everyone was actually misunderstanding him.
How many times can you watch a woman who's never sunk a jump shot or hit a big putt in her life take some guy's big giant house?
What?
Why are you looking at me like you don't know what are?
Divorce.
Oh, divorce. I thought you said the horse.
No, I said You're both wrong.
The host and his sidekick, Andy Richter, both thought that their guest had said something entirely different. All of this culminated with O'Brien throwing out a hilarious aside about the confusion.
That's never happened in 26 years.
Everything came together in a true roller coaster of a talk show appearance, playing perfectly into the group dynamics on display. Number 6, verbal sparring with Norm Macdonald. In one of the more chaotic moments from Late Night with Conan O'Brien, the late Norm Macdonald chimed in with thoughts on Courtney Thorne-Smith's career. When she mentioned working with Carrot Top, Macdonald was ready with some jokes.
I know what it's going to be called.
Yeah, what's that?
If it's got Carrot Top in it, you know what a good name for it would be?
What's that, Norm?
Box Office Poison.
All the while, the host called out the comedian for his subversive behavior. This culminated in O'Brien admonishing the guest and unintentionally setting up another memorable line.
It's a Zeppelin! It's a Zeppelin. All right.
Are you talking about Melrose Place? No, because
You're the biggest ass I ever met.
His funny retort generated applause, but nobody was quite prepared for Macdonald to return fire so quickly.
Oh, all right. Do something with that, you freak.
I bet the board is spelled B-O-R-E-D.
The entire segment still ranks among the more classic moments in the show's history. Number 5, Taming Abel Ferrara. Cult filmmaker Abel Ferrara appeared on Conan O'Brien's late night program in 1996, and the result lives in infamy.
I don't know who I'm talking to right now.
I know I'm talking about.
I wanted to ask you about the...
Conan.
There you go. All right.
Dennis.
Cool. All right, you just passed our
Andy.
sobriety test here. All right.
I know.
The director didn't make the interview easy for O'Brien, giving vague answers that didn't seem to go anywhere. He even got the host to question his own reality at one point.
Work our way into a... What's he doing? Watch out!
Is it just me? I mean...
It's alive!
The comedian produced laughs with his eccentric behavior, while fellow guest Dennis Leary and sidekick Andy Richter watched in amusement. But at the end of the day, it was O'Brien's sarcasm throughout that said it all.
We grew up at a drive-in theater.
Okay. Good deal. We're gonna get those Stallone subtitles in here right away.
Meaning what?
Later reports detailing Ferrara's attempts to escape the studio beforehand made even more sense given the final product. Number 4, Cooking with Gordon Ramsay and Norm Macdonald. Combining the intensity of Gordon Ramsay and the hilarity of the late Norm Macdonald, this segment on Late Night with Conan O'Brien was a beautiful disaster.
You are known, you clap your hands a lot,
Yes.
you yell at people, you're intimidating. This is gonna go very badly.
Besides you two guys. Now,
All right,
come on.
Very good.
The celebrity chef tried to teach everyone to cook fish, but things quickly went off the rails. Ramsay and Macdonald performed some verbal sparring before O'Brien yelled at them.
Stop it!
Okay.
None of this will air. You're gonna show an old F troop in this section.
Taking aim at the cooking icon's swearing and visual gestures, the presenter jokingly mentioned that the whole segment would be thrown out. That didn't stop either party from sabotaging the program, though. At a certain point, the host grabbed a bottle of wine in defiance of it all.
Why are we even having a cooking segment at this point? Why would there even be a cooking segment? Why would anybody even have a cooking segment with you people?
Number 3, Talking Music with the Beastie Boys. In the 2000s, famous rap rock group the Beastie Boys gave a rare interview on Late Night with Conan O'Brien.
And you have an interesting opening act on the tour that one might not expect. Let's talk about that.
Well, it's not actually a tour. It's a traveling pageant.
A traveling pageant.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I misspoke.
O'Brien praised them for their longevity, bringing up other acts like the Rolling Stones that have stayed together even longer. Late group member MCA then offered up an opinion of the Stones and their advanced age.
So the Rolling Stones started touring, well into they're in their 70s now, and they're great. They still are doing it. It's
A little awkward.
What's that?
A little awkward for them.
That's when the host saw and seized an opportunity to dish out a delightful comeback. Using incredibly articulate phrasing, he turned the awkward moment into a smart comic observation.
Hey, I'm just saying.
My job here is to trick you into saying one thing you later regret. My job is done.
Even the Beastie Boys seemed to realize what a great clapback it was, and struggled to hold back their smiles. Number 2, Dana Carvey's notes. Near the end of Conan's run on TBS, O'Brien invited on legendary comedian Dana Carvey.
Come on!
Come on!
I got nothing!
Yeah. I like a guy who starts his segment by saying, "Come on, I got nothing!"
The guest provided tons of laughs with his accurate impressions, and even tried out new material, prompting the host to cleverly make fun of him.
Well, this little thing came around,
This little thing came
It's
around.
a little thingy and it sneaks in your body.
He specifically took offense with the fact that Carvey was using a piece of paper to guide him through ideas. The whole thing was especially funny considering the fact that, as O'Brien pointed out, this was all happening on one of the show's final episodes.
Rednecky, the redneck comedian. Okay? And the jokes are intentionally terrible and he has a catchphrase. So see if it amuses you. I don't know. Intentionally bad comedy.
This is my second to last show.
Through it all, the impressionist, his endless vocal abilities, and his interactions with the host provided some much-needed levity.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Conan O'Brien versus Jennifer Garner on grammar. We all forget our grammar rules sometimes, and this exchange served as a good reminder to freshen up on the concept of past tenses. Jennifer Garner stopped the interview to say that O'Brien was making up a word.
But there's a time when you snuck into the room to see what the...
I sneaked into the room. Snuck isn't a word, Conan, and you went to Harvard and you should know that.
The Harvard graduate was obviously caught off guard, but played off the remark until he could plot his revenge.
You should know I went to the Harvard driving school, by the way. They didn't teach me much there, but I can parallel park.
He later brought out a trusty dictionary to expose and explain Garner's error. The entire moment proved to be one of the more effective clapbacks for the presenter.
I keep a dictionary down here and I just found it. Just want to look at... Oh, what the hell? Look right here. Snuck, past and past part of sneak.
He relished in the victory and lived to fight another day with his Ivy League credentials.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.